All right, everybody. So, what's going on? I'm gonna try to make this as efficient as possible without any filler statements or anything like that. But welcome. I'm a OG Photoshop connoisseur, I would say. Um, so what I'm doing now is now we know Photoshop had AI flyers. We know the reason why they came out. We know that it's a tool, and you can continue to use it as a tool. It's more efficient, it's quicker. As for flyers and graphic design, you can just say what you want, tell it as much detail as you want to, and get the information. Get the information. Testing. Okay, so um, get the flyer. Now, a lot of the AI flyers, they look alike. They use a lot of the brush font. They pretty much overdo some of the graphic design, so on and so forth. Um, most of my flyers, most of my designs nowadays are AI, whether through Chat GPT or another source. Um, though, if it's something on the flyer that I don't like, I'll go to it and I'll make an edit on Photoshop. But a lot of times I'll just make the graphic, make the edit, and release it. Now I have a graphic design that I do want to release. It is AI, but I decided to use this opportunity to be able to come to Photoshop and make this flyer live for my community. So with this, I'm going to throw the flyer together. I'm streaming live on YouTube right now, so go over to youtube.com/ respect the hustle podcast. Follow, like, comment, subscribe. This video is going to be there. Check it out. I believe I'm screen recording as well. Yeah, I'm screen recording. Yeah. Yeah, I'm live. It's just gonna automatically go on YouTube. So let me make sure I'm live. Yep, live. All right. So first and foremost, when you open Photoshop, if you have scratch disk, like my scratch disk was full, you got to delete some files, whether it's temporary files. Scratch disk is pretty much like a notepad. If you're, writing on a notepad, eventually that notepad is going to fill up. Um, so you have to delete some files, delete some data, delete some gigs in order to increase your space, in order so you can even open Photoshop at a certain point. Um, we're done at that point, so we'll go to new file. All right. So a lot of graphic designs nowadays, they use the 4x4 size or the 4x6. For me, I'm thinking a lot of times nowadays I'm on Instagram, um, and I can post a 4x4 anywhere. I can post a 4x6 anywhere as well, but kind of changing the size and the format of everything, it'll not look so nice like a nice 4x4. So my goal is to make a 4x4 with my graphic design, and so that's exactly what I'm going to do. So we're gonna open this 4x4. 4x4 width and height. The resolution is always going to be at 300. We'll do a RGB color mode. We'll keep it at 8-bit. Background content's white. This really don't matter right now because you can change it at a certain point. All right, so we'll create this. Boom. This is what gets you your 4x4 size. So pretty much what I always do, even if I'm making a logo, I'll always go to layer. I'll add a new layer. And there's shortcut keys that you can use. But I always add a new layer from background. And I'll click OK. So at that point, I think I need to screen record this as well. Yep, I think I want to screen record as well. I wonder if I can do both. Screen record. Yep, let's just do the whole thing. I'm gonna screen record this, so therefore, uh-oh. All right, screen recording this so I can also post this on my phone. All right, so at this point, screen recording, audio recording, got streaming to YouTube. Welcome if you're here. Let's get to work. All right, so got the 4x4 size, added a new layer. Now I will add a gradient layer. Now the background I want to do is going to be black. So I go to select all, pretty much covers the entire 4x4. Okay, I'll add a gradient tool, which is this nice little shaded square right here. Okay, add a gradient tool. This is a gradient from a while ago that I did with a spring break flyer. So I'll go to this one and I'll add white and black. Basic colors. Okay. All right. That way, if I ever do a flyer, if I ever do a logo off of this, if I delete this, boom, the logo is there. I can save it as a PNG and keep it moving from there. All right. So at this point of time, I'll add a brush. Once again, I'm just keeping this real simple for the optics, what I'm trying to do, but you also can go to the next slide after this and see exactly what a complete picture is. All right, so we added the color of black, and I'm gonna do it again. All right, so already added a gradient tool on it. Right, add new layer. And a lot of times when you add text or layers, a lot of times it's going to automatically do it for you. Right here, I'll go to the internet. Okay, one of the places where I get my abstract symbols and whatnot is Official PSDs. This is not an ad for them. I'm just telling you where I get my abstract glows from if I need it. And I looked at this prior to coming on. It was something I did see earlier that I like. You can pretty much drag these directly into the of Photoshop. It'll bring in a whole different layer, a whole different project, and you can just bring it to the project that you're currently working on, which is right here. Now, even Photoshop uses AI at certain points. As you can see, it asks me, is there anything I can do? I can go down there and I can type in blend by 50%. And it's going to automatically blend that layer that I just added right there. All right. So at this point, I did already share my photo that I want to use to my laptop. This is the photo I want to use. At this point, I will click select subject. You don't even have to lasso. If it's a lot of things going on in the picture, you will have to lasso. This is a pretty good picture of myself, if I have to say so myself. And so it's going to pretty much cut me out. Select me, cut me out. I will then eventually it's going to cut me out. With the fact that I'm doing all of these, I'm streaming live. I have audio recording going on for Instagram posts and screen recording as well, and so that's why it's taking a little bit longer. Usually, it doesn't take this long, if at all. A lot of people don't add in pictures or words until late. Sometimes I add just the word on my spacing, and we're still waiting. Hopefully, something didn't crash on me at this point in time. You know, I got this on. I might have to fast forward this on the IG post. Hmm. Right, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna start recording the audio. And I'm gonna start recording the visual. Because with me needing a lot of pictures, it's probably gonna take a while. So boom, just with me stopping those recordings right there. All right. Let's be stopping those recordings. Because I can just download the video and grab the audio myself later. All right, so. All right, boom. It already cut it out. So I'll grab the image that I lassoed, and I'll put it right there. Right, center it. I probably want to bring this down a little bit because that's a big image. So this is gonna be a promotional flyer for myself. Um, if you ever need a DJ, you need sound, you need photography, you need podcasting, hosting, anything of the nature that I partake myself in, don't hesitate to reach out to me. Okay, I like that right there. I'll go back to you. PSDs. Look for a speaker. Don't grab it from there. You can grab it from here. Pull it. Boom. It pops it up. All right, so let's go abstract dots. Let's say sparkles, speckles. At this point, ooh. to layer. Okay, remember everything's in layers. So you can put that there. Okay, let's see. At this point, you will go to want to blend the speaker in a little bit more. Kind of add it into what it already has going on. And the options take away the gradient. Duplicate layer. Boom. Boom. Drop the fill down to 45%. Got the opacity at 22%. I'll do the same for the opposite speaker, and this is where I'm actually putting some of the words at. So we're gonna toss this speaker this way. Boom. Bring this one this way. Boom. This way. Boom. Make sure once again I'm centered in the middle. Boom. All right. So at this point in time, I'm going to add in a box. Now with this box, I'm not gonna put. I'll put a new layer. I'm not gonna put Here we go. So I believe. Oh no, I messed up. All right, new layer again. Get the layer I want to add in. It's gonna be black. Brush. It'll be a hard brush. It'll be black. Drop the black up in there. All the way hard. All the way hard. We'll put a gold outline on this. Go to blending options. Go to stroke. On the outside, color will be gold. I don't want it rounded, and I don't want it that thick. Okay, so blind. Keep it normal. This is where I'm gonna put some words inside. Um, More likely to say something about private events and more. Okay. And I'm probably gonna lift that up a little bit more as well. All right. So let's see. Command D, um, kind of it deselects everything. I'm gonna bring everything up. All right. So at this point in time, I will then add in some lines. Lines, I'm gonna kind of do those the same way, but I'm gonna add that in later. Right now, I'm gonna add in another box layer. And some of you probably got some quicker ways to do this. That's fine, but your quickest way right now is getting. They're telling you not to do it the quickest way, which is AI. So flyers and designs take time. This is part of that time design piece. I will put a little envelope right here, giving my email information. Let me see. That's where I'm put my samples. I'm gonna put the little box right here. Boom. It's gonna be. I'll put that gold. All right. If I want to make sure I have the same color as everything else, I'll just go here, go to select. It's gonna select the gold that I already used. Goldish. And then boom. Deselect. Keep it moving. Now I'm gonna put email right here. Boom. And at this point, you can start typing. Um, I don't want to type just yet. I'll make another box. Oh, backwards. Command Z. Undo any mistakes you just made. For me, the box that I'm going to use, I want to make sure some of my stuff is still kind of even. So I'm just going to duplicate this box right here. So I want to put my email. And I'm going to make it smaller. Make it smaller. Put it on this side. And I'll bring in this mail piece right here. Now, I don't want it to look the exact same, so I want to change it. Blending. I'm going to take away the stroke. And I want this one actually gold. So let's see. All right, so let's see. Duplicate layer. So that's the duplicate. Go to color. Just trying to select this layer. All right, let's see inside. There we go. Bring it there. Bring it there. And color's a little off. We noticed that, right? Don't forget we did add a gradient to it, so wherever I pulled this color from on this square, that's why the color is a little different. All right. So we'll grab the YouTube logo. This is all before I put the words in. YouTube, boom, boom. Okay. And we're actually almost done. It's a lot of words that's going to be on this flyer. Mixcloud logo. Want to make sure we get a good quality logo. From the design. Okay. Screenshot it, pull it in. Oh no. Instagram. Instagram logo. Notice the old logo, but I'm gonna just go ahead and use it for what I'm trying to accomplish. Boom. 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 I will add another word in, another bar, I mean. Okay, that's the copy. Duplicate it. And then I do want to make it thinner. Okay, so I wish I have like some little P, somebody just some, just need colorized headphones. When I say that, I mean just like a PSD. I don't need a full actual headphone. You go through the graphics right here. Alright, so let's go back to the first one. Alright. I will have to resize these, as you'll be able to tell. Chart PSD. Bar chart. Doing it like this, the sizing might be jacked off. It might be all over the place. Alright, so select subject. It's pulled it actually. Alright, so we'll get a little extra color onto the flyer. Alright. I have words coming right there. So I actually do gotta make these headphones smaller. Got words coming right here. Make this bar chart a little smaller. Bar graph. Chart, graph. Same thing. Ah. All right, that's even. That's placed. I'm gonna move this over here. Move it right there. And then I do want an I, like just an IPSD. Yeah. All right, let's go here. Boom. Boom. All right, so now we can add the words in. All right. Everything I'm gonna add in initially will be white font so I can see what I want to do first and where I want to put everything. A lot of the fonts I download is from 1001 Fonts. that there. Now this font is horrible. I'm not using this font. I'm just using it right now to type everything I have to type. Ooh, let's go black. I do need a little envelope. Let me see. Envelope vector. Ooh, no, I like this. Select. Cool. I might have to change the sizing. I'll do that once I get to the font. All right, let's see. Let's see. Everything of this is gonna be white. Blue gang, what it do? Put this here. Gotta change the sizing. And once y'all do this, all of it's gonna change anyway. Once you actually select the fonts you're gonna use. Gotta add that in there. Member of Billboard charting group. Now I can start trying to work on my sizing. So save some of my data I have going on over here. Right here I'm gonna add in Edward Jones. I'm gonna put in to receive free quote today. All right. Right there. I'll change in free. Change that to gold color. Probably give us a little glow on that as well. That's what I'm actually doing. Okay. Redo. All right. Knock that out. Boom. Got that right there. Boom. Move this up. Yeah. All right. That's that. That's that. All right. So, oop, nope. Nope. And I probably need to put right there sounds by, like I saw Caesar T, but I'll put sounds by Caesar T. Caesar T. Oh no, I'll just have seen Caesar. All right, so this font is a good sizing font, but I don't like it because of the way they do their eyes. So we're gonna change that again. We're gonna change that again. Let's do Adobe Clean. Take it to 9. Nope. Let's take it to. Nope. Too much spacing. Okay. I remember. I change the sizing on that. It's that. Yeah. All right, so I want this gold, but I want it bigger and I want it regular, more regular font. Let's make it 14. Look at that. All right, centered. Boom. I would have been some more. Want to bring a little attention to it, so let's do an outline. Let's blend it. I like that. Let's do a stroke, but let's do an outline. Drop shadow. Drop shadow. I'm gonna make it white. Ooh, but I'm not gonna do it too much. Add in some more. Alright, this separation from the drop shadow has to come back a little bit. Alright. Make this bigger. Boom. Okay, that's that. Okay. All right, so right here I'm gonna put my contact information. Boom. Add in some companies that I work with and have worked with in the past. I'm gonna keep it moving from there. I definitely appreciate y'all for stopping by. Now you're gonna see this post